Welcome, everyone, to College Park, Maryland, home of the Maryland Terrapins. Fans have been eager for this clash coming up in what some affectionately refer to as the Snake Pit. A couple of teams trying to stake their claim to being among the best in the country in this top 25 showdown we have in store. As we'll see, Trojans taking on the fourth-ranked team in the land, the Maryland Terrapins. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. And the Terrapins will get us started with the opening kickoff. No reason to risk trying to field that one as it skips through the end zone. It'll be a touchback. This crowd trying to show them what it's going to be like all day in this house. Leaves it with the running back. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27. This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season, that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player, you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged. But when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a lot of answers today.
Doesn't SC always seem to have a quarterback right out of central casting and one that'll pick up a first down for you with his arm?
Yeah, and it doesn't matter the year. It just doesn't matter the number. It continues to churn out. They find those guys. Just such an easy place to recruit when you got that kind of pedigree. You always find superstars at the quarterback spot.
Finds the tight end. Stop is made at the 44, but it's a 15-yard gain and a first down.
Well, it's a nice job, too, of the quarterback after the play fake there, getting his eyes down the field. He had to get that to his tight end quickly, knowing he wasn't going to have a lot of space to run with after the catch.
This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Makes the catch. It's Fox. Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down.
And that's why play action is going to be big in this game. You saw how it just frees the second level of that defense just for a second and allowed the tight end to work himself vertically down the field. But how about this guy after the catch, right? So hard to bring down. What a weapon.
And the Trojans with the 1st and 10. Quick pass on the jet motion. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. A first down for the offense. Looking to throw it again. Unloads to the wideout. Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off.
And I know this defense statistically hasn't been one of the best against the pass this year, but they have had some guys banged up. They believe they've got difference makers on the back end that just need to make more plays. That DB right there is one of those guys, and he does it here on the opening drive, getting a huge interception.
On first down, here comes this offense. He's looking to throw it. He makes the connection. The margin for error so small in a conference like this, and in Big Ten play, really imperative to get off to a good start.
You really focus on all offseason getting off to such a great start, right? Start fast. win our conference. Well, this is step one. And so I think you're so tired of hitting your own color jerseys, by the way. You're excited when you get in conference play. You start to get some of that familiarity, some of that also that hatred that you have for these other teams. So the Big Ten is a fun conference.
Yeah, and you know both of these teams, their players have had this game circled all offseason because this is the first one. This is the first step towards winning a Big Ten championship. Both teams feel like they've got the playmakers to compete in conference this year, but it all starts today.
They'll try the run. Not a lot of room, but found his way ahead for 2 out to the 26.
Oh, man, there's some big hitting going on in the trenches right now. This defense, they take a lot of pride in stopping the run. Let's keep our eye on them throughout the course of the game and see if they can contain this running attack.
The play action fake. Fires to the wideout. Complete to the right. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them. Off the play fake on first down. Fires to the right. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
Hey, listen, the quarterback didn't get the completion on that throw, but that doesn't mean you can't try again. Trust in your playmakers outside to push the field and stretch it vertically and make a play for you. It won't surprise me to see this QB take more shots as this game goes on.
Wants to fire on second down. Grabbed in the middle. It's Sharp. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down.
When these wide receivers work the middle of the field, so much of this is feel. Understanding where the holes are in the zone or understanding how to get leverage on a man. And these wide receivers are dangerous nowadays because they do it so fast and see that so quick and make those plays over the middle.
And that pass picked off. And he's brought down after the pick, but not before putting his offense in business.
Really early in this game, you're seeing the ball hawks on both sides of the ball. Interception on the first drive of the game, and now they come out, and this defense gets a pick in return. There are a lot of dudes in the back end with speed, with the ability to close. What a phenomenal play by that young man just now to get the ball back to his offense.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. He'll pull it on the read. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Keeps looking downfield. Going to try to get it himself. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36.
Man, that's so frustrating. And it happens so fast. He just pulls it down. It looks like pass. He pulls it down, and he's gone. Just like that, chewing up yards. So much speed, so hard to stop.
And after the tackle, we are headed to the end of the first quarter. Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. Running to the left. They could have used a little bit more there and picked up a 3. It's 3rd and 7. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. Looking downfield, it's Hobbs. steps away. He'll pull it down and run. Finds a man by himself. He finally goes out of bounds after the explosive play, but now the question is, did the official see something to bring it back? The Trojans will call on their punt team. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. Gets his first one of the day off. He was called on 4 times in last week's win. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. He'll do it himself. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. He tried to make something out of nothing, but there was really nothing he could do on that play.
And I hope offensively that's not going to make them quit on this option play. That's a scheme that really puts the defense in a bind. If I were them, I wouldn't let that play stop them from trying to run it later in this game.
Throws to the wideout. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense. They've got a good chunk of ground to cover on 3rd and long from the 41. From the gun, wants to pass. They're trying to get to it. It's complete. Plenty of room on that play, and they find their way to the 36.
And a really good job by the quarterback being very decisive. He saw his matchup, he went for it, he attacked it, got the positive gain. I would say he's going to find that guy a few more times today.
Comes out throwing on 1st down. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Well, this defense felt coming into the game that if he was going to try to throw from the pocket, they could get to him and affect his accuracy, and they did on that last play.
They'll line up for a 2nd down play. From the shotgun, they'll run it. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Well, they're trying to get that run play going to the outside, but it's the defensive end who does a great job winning his one-on-one and forcing the negative play.
They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Feeling some heat. Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42.
And really good job getting to the quarterback. That's priority number 1, trying to get pressure on him. Get him to the ground is a bonus. They had 6 sacks in their last game. They got to keep building on that number if they want to keep stacking wins.
On the way. A 59-yard field goal. The offense will gladly take a fresh set of downs after the penalty. Let's go. Wide receiver coming across in motion. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Tough run in this part of the field. He's got 4 down to the 23. After the productive 1st down play, it's 2nd and 6. He's looking to throw. Deep shot for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Going for broke on 2nd down, but 3rd down's coming up.
And as an offense, you want to stay aggressive. You want to keep calling these downfield shots. I know you didn't complete that one, but you want to send a clear message. You're trying to take the top off this defense. You keep calling downfield shots. You soften up the coverage. You get those safeties playing deep. And that's going to open up your running game later on.
And they're able to get a 3rd down stop here. See if they go for it on 4th. It's 4th down now, and this likely the final snap before the 2-minute warning. We'll take a quick break here. 2 minutes to play in the first half. This would likely be a chip shot for the field goal kicker, but they want the touchdown instead. They'll go for it on 4th down. He caught it! And he will score! Touchdown, Maryland! Lining up to add another. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, Phyllis, here's a final update on a top 15 flash. North Carolina went on the road and just dominated, and that's one way to grab attention on a national level. Make a statement in someone else's building and prove you're legit. And did the Tar Heels ever do that? No cupcakes this week, fellas. This top 15 battle was much anticipated, and at least one side can say it's a game they'll savor for some time.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there.
I don't know how the defense allowed that guy to get so wide open. Obviously, he's got tons of speed. We know that, but you've got to key on him and at least have 2 people running with him deep down the field. That time, that must have been a coverage bust because he was way too open.
Last incompletion leaves them still sitting at their own 25 with 2nd and 10. From the gun, running back gets to give. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there.
And those physical runs take a toll. It might not be a big game now, but down the road, 3rd, 4th quarter, late in the ball games, they tend to turn into bigger runs.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. Looking to pass. It's Hobbs. And the 3rd down pass is incomplete.
3rd and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, 4th down.
4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. And the returner will be dragged down. Maryland has the ball back, and the Terrapin offense ready to go. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to pick off. Just a small return, but a big play as they have it now at the 45.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
Now this offense is back on the field. They'll throw it on 1st down. Unloads to the wideout. He makes the catch. And he earns a 1st down, and boy, did he earn it after taking that lick.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. That, friends, is a busted play. Incomplete. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Leaves it with the back. Relentless, tough running, gets it down to the 4. Got to get to the line quickly for this 3rd down play. They'll try to bully their way for the 1st. And he'll take this into the end zone, but hang on just a second. Flag down. Let's see what this is about. Getting set for the point after. And it's up and good. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finished it off with the score from the 4. They got the late touchdown on the board, now about to kick it away and hoping the defense can keep them from answering. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Looking for a productive play on first down. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Just searching and working for the running room as he gets it out to the 26. Quick tempo, no huddle offense. Second down, clock's running. He's looking to throw. Lost one deep down the right side. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
Well, the receiver was double covered on that play, and I don't know if the decision by the QB had to do with the pressure. Because he was hurried, he just had to get rid of that faster than he wanted to. He's lucky he didn't come away with an interception.
The snap sets up the throw. Got it set up on the outside. Smashes through. And the defense able to drag him down, but not before. They'll recycle that down marker. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. The Terrapins come to the line with a new set of downs. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Fires to the big fella. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. You know, we joke that the tight end's always open, David, but play action almost makes it impossible to keep them covered.
And yeah, because those guys, they're such good blockers most of the time. They're big and physical, and they sell block for a second, and then they run open and they find holes in zones, and they get good matchups. And man, those tight ends nowadays are nightmares for defenses to try to stop.
When you're going to run a comeback route, you've got to sell like you're going deep, and that was a great job there by the receiver, really making that corner think he was running deep down the field. So he got the corner to turn his hips, turn his shoulders, and then the receiver was able to just pivot around and make it an easy pass and catch.
The offense calls timeout. It's the second one they've used this half. And as the clock is winding down here in the first half, they'll send out the field goal team. He'll need to strike this one cleanly from... They put on the heat and they blocked it. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. And the Trojans will kick it away to start the second half. Here comes the Maryland offense back onto the field. First drive of the second half in a ball game like this one. Open runway ahead. And they get him down at the 43, but this is the kind of explosive play you want to build on.
When you talk about creating big plays in the running game like this, this makes the game really easy. Actually, when you've got a guy like this that you can hand it to with this much speed and elusiveness, just hard to bring down in the open field. What a big gain for the offense.
They used the chunk play to cross midfield, and they've got it first and 10 just outside the 40. They'll leave it with him. Crosses the 30. He's got to lay it. He's running free down the middle. Dodge down, Terrapins. And that one will put him up here in the second half. They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. That drive took no time at all. Couple of plays and finished it with the long run for the touchdown. The kickoff team out there set to boot it away. Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. Jesse, a very productive drive last time, wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah, mixing and matching play calling really well. Nice balance on that last one, Dave. Let's see what they can do here in this next drive.
Yeah, and I don't expect anything different. When you put together a drive like that, I would do more of the same. Keep the pace, keep it going.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Wants to throw. It's Hobbs. Pocket starts to collapse. Fires to the tight end. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. You know, David, this is really what game managing is. Nice pickup on second down to help them on the next play.
Yeah, I think people look at that negative sometimes, finding a quarterback that's a game manager. No, use your brain. Set up good situations. I'm way more successful when I can keep those sticks at a more manageable.
And that pass intercepted. Going the other way, and he's got room. Inside the 10. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
And we know turnover margin is a huge part of winning ball games. Interception number 2. This quarterback has to do a better job taking care of the football. Don't force it. Take the high completion percentage stuff. Don't always try to go for the big play.
And the offense suddenly with an opportunity it couldn't have expected with a first and goal after the pick. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And you got to get locked in the red zone. A lot of defensive coordinators, they'll tell you, we'll give up yards, but we got to understand what we're trying to get accomplished. Great job down here near the goal line. This defense bowing their neck up and getting a big stop.
Can the defense stop them again on second and goal? Now the quarterback changing the original play call. He's knocked down in the backfield, a swarming defense, and he'll lose 7.
It's looking like they're going to have to try to throw this one into the end zone here on third down, David. Quarterback's got to be careful. Can't get greedy because you know these windows, they close fast.
Extremely tight windows. Find your big body guys that you know can win in contested situations here on third down.
This defense was put in a difficult spot, but they've made it tough, and now the offense faces third and goal. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Wants to fire it in the end zone on third and goal. And that one's going to be incomplete. I don't think he got a foot down along the back of the end zone.
Nice job by...
And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. So the officials take a closer look, and the replay booth will overturn the call. On to attempt the try. And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And how about that for a cabaret 43-yard run for 6? It bounds through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together.
And they got him. He'll get him down for the sack.
When it's a play-action pass, that quarterback, he really has to sell the fake. He can't tell his offensive lineman's getting beat right away while he's selling the fake. He had no shot.
After the big first down sack, it's second down. To throw, it's Hobbs. Fires left. Pulls it in. And an explosive play has him on the move, and he gets it all the way to the 48-yard line.
It's a really nice job out there making the catch. I feel like fans are always expecting one of these Trojan receivers to be in the conversation for being best in the country, right? Because of the success they've had in the past and certainly in more recent years. There's a lot of pressure to play that position now at the Coliseum and at USC. But this guy right here, he has been making his mark on this offense.
Trojans used to be known for student body right, and they can still do that. But with quarterbacks like this, you want to put it up.
Yeah, I think they hung that up years ago when they started to find, you know, big, strong quarterbacks that can throw the ball all over the yard. So
a shot toward the end zone. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on.
And perfect timing. Got there right when the ball got there. Didn't get there a little bit early. Saving the touchdown. Nice timing by that defender.
Unloads quickly. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
And this offense can ill afford to come up empty on this drive, already trailing by multiple possessions. Fires to the wideout. He's got it. Takes it to the house. Touchdown, Southern Cal. Backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, no problem.
When you start in the black zone inside your own 20 coming out, it's difficult. You can give up a safety. You get worried about that. But the offense puts a great drive together. Great job executing. Great job getting a touchdown.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And he's coming out of the end zone. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Maryland has the ball back, and the Terrapin offense ready to go. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication was going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make, because they got to stop the bleeding right now.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. They'll run it. Found a little bit of running room, knocked down at the 24 after a pickup of 4.
I think they called that knowing they weren't going to hit a home run. So why would you call it that? Well, you call it so third down becomes an easier down. It's not third and long where I have to pass the football. Now all options on the table.
Boy, could they use a conversion on 3rd and short from their own 24. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming.
And I like the aggressiveness on 3rd and short, trying to throw the football, take advantage of a look that they got. They weren't successful, and now it's 4th and short territory. Who knows what they're going to do?
Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way. And the coverage team surrounding the ball. No chance for the return man to get in there on that one.
Maryland, 21, USC, 14.
They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. He's going to pass. He'll throw it. That's reeled in. It's Suggs.
And you've created some great momentum, getting the stop, forcing the punt, now getting it back to your offense. Your offense starting to get in a groove. Late in the game, you need some big plays.
You just wonder how much panic there is right now on the defensive side of the football, too, because of what you just said, David. They can feel and sense the momentum leaving them right now with the lead. So someone defensively better step up here soon and make a play.
Back to pass. It's Hobbs. Got his man out of the backfield. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
Well, the defense was ready coming into this one. For this running back being a factor in the pass game, that time they were draped all over him. As soon as he caught the ball, he went down for loss of yards.
They'll need to convert this third down from their own 22 to get this drive jump-started. From the gun, wants to pass. And they can't make the connection on third down.
And man, I tell you what, I just love his instincts. You can tell when the ball's being passed, he sees it, and he breaks on the football. That's why he's in the top 10 in interceptions this season. Just such a great feel in the passing game, and you got to be careful when you attack him.
The Trojans decide to punt it away. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. Here comes the Maryland offense back onto the field. Here's another opportunity, Jesse, to stretch out this lead after punting last time.
I think it goes back to your playmakers, Reese. I think it's finding the guys that have been working for you earlier on in this game and getting them the football.
Yeah, and there's obviously no need to panic. I mean, think about it. You got the lead. You got the football. You got to be smart with the football, make your plays, put a good drive together here.
It's a 1st and 10 from the 42-yard line. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. Looking to move it through the air. He lobs one high down the left side. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Maryland! That'll give them a little more breathing room as they try to push this winning streak to 5. And the extra point is true, and they have a 2-touchdown lead, up 14 in the 4th. The kickoff team takes the field to boot this one away. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really quickly. They need to put something together here, Bowman.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive, so they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this drive.
That's how you earn your first down the hard way. Really good job by the QB dropping back the pass, scrambling, getting the first down, but taking a big shot at the end.
And he picks up the first down, but he will remember the price he paid after that hit.
I think if you're the head coach at this point, you're telling your offense, it doesn't matter what's happened up to this point of the game. Obviously, things haven't gone our way, but we have a chance to execute in a 2-minute situation and give ourselves a chance to win.
He lofts one down the sideline. And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day. They get him on the ground after the turnover, but there is a flag on the field, and we'll see if that will be a reprieve for this offense. As a defense, you hate to let them move the chains on a penalty, but that's what they did. It's 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Unloads to the wideout. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down.
Well, that's just a great play by the defender and great timing. It was the hit that forced that incompletion.
2nd and 10 here. Back to pass, it's Hobbs. Throws to the wideout. It's caught downfield. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
This defense is heating up. They got an interception in the last possession. You could tell breaking on the football really well. Seeing where the quarterback's throwing it, going to try to get it. Got another hand on it. Almost had another interception.
The aerial assault continues. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, USC. Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the extra point cuts the lead to 7, 28-21. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Nebraska is ahead early in Lincoln, but that's not exactly Mike Rozier out there running the ball. This game is a long way from over. They're up by 7 over UCLA. We are the eyes and ears of the college football fan, and we've got you covered all day here in studio, guys.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Maryland has the ball back in the Terrapin offense ready to go. So we've got a tight spot here, David. They'd love to run out the clock, but all those timeouts staring at them.
Yeah, they got 3 timeouts on defense, but I know a first down ends this football game. So I got to get my guys physical, ready to roll.
Yeah, because you know this defense is going to be playing the run. They're going to be loading the box, trying to get tackles, using their timeouts to get the football back. So this is going to come down to who's better in the trenches.
We've reached a 2-minute warning in this offense, trying to milk this clock and keep time on their side. They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground. At midfield, he's got room. And they got the defense on that one, and they get it to the 29-yard line.
Nice job getting outside, right? Those running backs, they get on those tracks, they run outside. Now they're in the open field. It's so tough. Those safeties are flying down, try to get an angle, but you could tell the speed sets them up, makes the big play out to the left.
Quarterback changing the plays at the line. They'll try to get the edge with the toss play here. They get him before he gets started this time and knock him down in the backfield.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
Ordinarily on 2nd and 10, you might look past, but here you just want to keep that clock moving. He's looking to throw. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
It's a makeable field goal from the 29-yard line. Let's see how aggressive they are on 3rd and long. Snap it to the back. Oh, no, the ball popped out. And what a break to get that football back. At this juncture, that would have been catastrophe.
And that's a great job by the defense, understanding exactly the situation, understanding to stay home, play sound. No matter who gets the football, we're going to run to the football hard. We're going to cage the football, be disciplined. Nice job by the defense.
So here we are on 4th down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. It's good, and that was dead solid perfect. And that lead grows even bigger.
You know, it's funny, in an age where there's so many college football analytics and everybody wants to go for it on 4th down, at the end of the day, it still comes down to managing the game. Good decision by the head coach here in the 4th quarter. By kicking that field goal, you've now made it a 2-possession game. Your chances of winning this thing have now gone way up.
This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. No time to feel sorry for yourself here, Jesse. There's still a chance, but you've got to get it going now.
No doubt. 2-possession game at this point, right, David?
Working that deep right side. An excellent concentration on the catch.
Hey, you know, the defense here in this situation with a huge lead, they've got to anticipate that this offense is going to be trying to throw the ball to the sideline, so they've got to work different coverages to try to force the quarterback to go over the middle of the field with the football.
They'll throw it on 1st down. They're bringing heat. blasted as he lets it go. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
Well, he didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell incomplete.
The incompletion on first down leaves him with 2nd and 10 from the 43. Back to throw, it's Hobbs. Flushed out of the pocket. Trying to make magic. Oh, no, the ball popped out. This could change things. And they are fortunate to avoid the turnover as the fumble goes out of bounds.
Ooh, offense really lucky there. Ball on the ground. Everybody's trying to make a scramble for it, and it just goes out of bounds. So the offense lucky to maintain possession.
These fans stepping up to help this defense on 3rd down. Looking to throw for it. Fires to the wideout. And this is going to be incomplete on 3rd down.
3rd and short in college football today, you see so much more pass than you used to. The offense stays aggressive, and I think they stay aggressive because they know they're in field goal range. They got that 3 in their back pocket.
Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming. Makes the catch past the sticks. He steps out of bounds, but he's got enough for a 1st down.
Well, this offense has a ton of work left ahead of them here in this 2-minute situation late in the game, but the drive off to a good start. You get the 1st down, you get out of bounds, you work in the perimeter of the field. That is exactly what you want to do.
And the Trojans will snap it on 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it, using his feet to buy time. Trying to make magic with his feet. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a 1st down.
Defensively, the clock late in the game, when you're winning, it's your friend. You got to find a way to keep that thing ticking. When you rush the passer, keep that quarterback in the pocket. Make him beat you from in there. You're dropping back in coverage. You got more DBs on the field. You're just trying to let him throw the football, get him on the ground, let that clock tick.
And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
Nice patience by the quarterback here working against zone coverage. He was allowing his receiver an opportunity to find that open space in the defense before pulling the trigger.
Looking to throw, it's Hobbs. Into the end zone. And it's caught. Late touchdown here, probably too little too late. It would take a monumental miracle to come back down.
And they desperately needed that touchdown. Now it's miracle time. We got to kick this onside kick and somehow find a way to boot a long field goal and maybe win this thing at the buzzer.
And in that scramble, they're going to come out of there with the football, and they get the onside kick and take possession right back. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Offense getting set for 1st down. This quarterback happy enough to take a knee and head to the locker room, but the defense still does have a couple of timeouts if they want to use them. When we get to the offseason and they start having coaching clinics, they're going to roll this game tape back to show both offenses.
Dial it up and let it run. I mean, that's essentially what we saw in this game. It didn't matter what either offensive coordinator was calling. Everything seemed to work through throwing the football in the intermediate passing game, the RPOs, the run game, David. This was just clinical offensive football.
And offenses have evolved so much. They can do so many different things, and they know how to use their playmakers, get speed and space, make those big plays. So that's why offenses are ahead of defenses in this game. It was no different.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.